Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Be Well, Be Keto. And today's guest is Jojo Brown from London, England. And she has done some amazing things healing her body with the keto diet. So let's go and say hi to Jojo. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Be Well, Be Keto, the show that highlights ordinary people achieving extraordinary results and changing their lives for the better with a ketogenic diet. You too can be healthier and live better by adopting this amazing lifestyle. If you are new to the show, new episodes go live every Wednesday for your encouragement and support. And all show notes can be found at bewellbeketo.com. Listen each week and add the show to your favorites on your best podcast app. And if you know any cool people that would like to share their story, please contact us at support@highenergygirl.com. And if you want to follow us on social media, which I highly recommend, you can either join our Facebook group called High Energy Girls, if you're a girl, or follow us on Instagram and YouTube at The High Energy Girl. Now let's get to this week's episode with your host, Tracy Gluhige. Yep, that's me. Hey everyone, this is Tracy, and I have a special announcement. In order for me to help more women age stronger, I have created a 90-day one-on-one coaching program. And the goal here is to teach women over 50 how to age stronger while burning fat and boosting energy without going hungry or living in the gym. If you'd like more information, please hit me up at tracy@highenergygirl.com or friend me on Facebook and send me a message. I have a goal of transforming 1,000 women in the next year, and I hope you are one of them. Hey Jojo, thanks for coming on the show today.
Hi there, Tracy. Very, very happy to be asked to do it.
Oh, cool. Well, for the listeners that don't know you, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before you found keto?
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm actually originally from London, England, which is where I grew up. I was always a very heavy-set kid, and it probably came from a combination of things, from living in a very dysfunctional household where my parents, unfortunately, always argued every day, and then my mom would love to feed me with all the crappy food that there was, and I guess I could have made choices, but what did I know as a kid, you know? So yeah, I was just a very heavy-set kid. My parents separated when I was around 15, and my mom was left to raise my brother and I guess she did the best that she could. But yeah, it was very dysfunctional. My dad and I had a very good relationship after he left, but then he turned ultra religious, and then our relationship headed south. And that's another story. Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, keep going.
I was going to say, meanwhile, my food was like always my best friend, and I totally used and abused it. And that went on for many years, and more, quote unquote bad foods that I ate, the more the pounds crept on to my very short 5'2" body. Yeah.
And so you just started having a weight problem from childhood, essentially.
Yes, pretty much. Even though I supposedly weighed 6 pounds at birth, but I guess that's got nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, so did you struggle like your whole adult life as well?
Well, funny enough, at around the age of 16, which is when I actually left high school, because back then it was the leaving age and the thing to do. I just went straight to work. For some unknown reason, I started losing weight. The pounds just dropped off me, and I just started to feel a little bit more confident and better about myself. It didn't mean that I was eating any healthier, but I guess just I was losing what they call baby fat. As they say, and I don't even know who they are. Anyway, fast forward to my late teens, early 20s, where I continued to stay somewhat slim, but I was still on a roller coaster with the food and my emotions and everything. And this is where it gets interesting. When I was around 25, I was actually living with my then boyfriend, who was emotionally abusive. An aunt of mine who lived here in Cleveland, which is where I am now, God, it's a long story, but she was good friends with my mother-in-law. They used to walk together. And one morning she went over to her house and she met her son, who is now my husband, and asked him if he was interested in becoming my pen pal. And she asked me the same question, and we became pen pals for 18 months. And long story short, I came over here to Cleveland and met him, and we were married a year later.
Aw, that's cute.
And I was slim. Then. And, but then, I actually was a smoker before we got married, and I quit the day before I got married. And then I actually gained 10 pounds on my honeymoon. And then I started gaining weight back again because the food addiction never went. It's totally an addiction. Mm-hmm. I got pregnant with my firstborn. I gained 87 pounds with him. Which is practically a whole person. He was a healthy baby, but he weighed 12 pounds at birth.
Oh my gosh, how tall are you?
5'2".
Oh my gosh. It
was a C-section, thank God, because I would have probably become a twin if I'd have given birth to him the normal way, so like a wishbone. So he was a healthy 12 pounder, but needless to say, I could not lose weight after that. I probably lost maybe 30 to 40 pounds afterwards. I tried Weight Watchers. I donated to every single diet industry there was. I went to Overeaters Anonymous. I actually gained 20 pounds in almost probably a month because it was so depressing. Nothing against 12-step programs because I think they're amazing. It just didn't work for me. And then 3 years later, 3.5 years later, I had my second child, a daughter, gained almost 50 pounds with her, still very hard to take off. And it was just a struggle for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And the more depressed I became about being so heavy, the more I ate. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Yes. So that's basically, I was just heavy for many, many years. In 2005, my mother-in-law, who I loved like a mother, more than a mother actually, sadly passed away. And I watched my children grieve so much and cry so much that I decided this is not how I want to live my life anymore because they need me to live. Mm-hmm. I was also diagnosed with sleep apnea, and I just hit rock bottom. I hated going to bed looking like Hannibal Lecter or Darth Vader every night, okay? So I decided to go the most invasive way of losing weight, and that was gastric bypass. Mm. Yeah, I knew it wasn't an easy way out or an easy fix. I knew it was just a tool. But I made my mind up that if I was going to go that route, I was going to. It was like the last, how can I say? It was the last hope I had of ever losing weight and hopefully keeping it off. And that's what I did. And the mindset that I had stuck with me actually till today. I just decided I had this invasive surgery, not to mention how much it cost. And I just needed to change my way of life, my way of thinking, my way of eating. And I just needed to do it for my family. And that's what I did.
And what year was that?
That was 2005. So it was December. So it's almost 14 years ago now.
Okay.
I kept the weight off. My first year, I actually lost 110 pounds. I got down to 120 pounds. Because my highest weight ever was around 240, but at surgery I think I was around 230 going in. I had to lose 10 pounds to have the surgery for the liver. So I just literally changed my mindset. I exercised every day, mostly walking. I ate what I thought was very healthy, of course. I mean, I pretty much lived on protein bars and just healthy choices at the time. Mm-hmm. I didn't know obviously I didn't know about keto back then or just low carb. And my way of eating was fat-free, sugar-free. Yeah, but I didn't know any different because that's what I was told to do. That was my program. But I was losing weight, and I felt great. I mean, I felt healthy. And, it wasn't until 15 months ago I was starting to, I started gaining a few pounds, but I started feeling bloated. And also I meant to tell you, every 3 to 4 hours, because I was eating the whole grains and everything like that, I was hungry every 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I would eat because I thought it was my pouch, because my pouch was so small. I needed to, eat little and often. Little did I know it was because of the grains and the whole foods and the protein bars and the hidden sugars and the sugar-free this and the fat-free that. And then I came upon keto 15 months ago.
Oh, wow. It's only been that long?
Only been 15 months, yep.
Okay, and so big reveal. How much have you lost in the 15 months?
Not as much as I wanted to lose 30. I've only lost 15, but I hate the scale. I very rarely go on the scale. I use my clothing as my scale. Mm-hmm. Since I lost all my weight, actually, I know it shouldn't be about sizes, but it is about sizes because it's how you feel in your clothing, okay? For me, anyway. When I first lost the weight, I went from a 18, 20, 22 to a 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've always maintained that size, okay, especially in pants. But then they were starting to feel a little snug up until 15 months ago. So this is when I did the research, and a friend of mine who is actually a keto coach as well, she told me all about it. She told me she was doing it for a long time, and I was still scared of that fat, eating the fats, okay? I thought, how can you, like everyone thinks, how can you eat full fat and lose weight? How can you eat full fat and be healthy from it? How can you eat full fat and not have high cholesterol? But I decided I'm going to just do it because I wasn't physically and I literally wasn't physically feeling good. So I gave it a try. I did have, I think, the keto flu for about a week, but I didn't give in. I missed some of the stuff. I missed my protein bars. I missed my, whole grain breads. The odd occasion I had that. I missed it, but then I was getting used to it, and I liked the way I felt. I liked the fact that the fats will, and still do, fill me up to this moment. And I'm not eating every 3 to 4 hours. I can go 5, 6, 7 hours.
Mm-hmm. That is so true, because it just makes you satiated and
so much.
Yeah. And it's so much better too, I think, for your digestive system to not be working all the time.
Exactly. And I feel good. Now, admittedly, I have not tried. Well, I haven't exactly done intermittent fasting as far as going a whole day or two without eating. There are times when I can go, which includes sleep, around 14 to 16 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I haven't actually. I'm too kind of nervous to try the 2 days because I know if I don't eat after so many hours, I still get the shakes. And that's not from sugar or anything anymore because I'm totally sugar-free and sugar substitute-free. I won't even touch stevia now.
Really? Tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, I was having what do you call it? Splendor and Equal and whatever in my coffee every day. I would have about 2 or 3 in there because I needed that sweetness. Now I drink my coffee and I only drink pretty much decaf without anything. And it took a bit of getting used to. I can even drink green tea without it. Literally nothing. No more sweeteners. And I feel good.
That is actually something I'm working towards because I don't do stevia other than in my coffee, and right. It's already built into the protein shake I like.
Right.
But
there's nothing wrong in it. I don't think there's anything wrong in it. Now, I have to admit one thing. I do once a week. Okay, I make myself a protein pancake once a week after I go I normally go for a long 6-mile walk on Saturdays, and my little quote-unquote treat is a protein pancake, and it's actually made with Quest protein powder, almond milk, an egg, and some, baking powder, and that's it. So the Quest protein powder does have stevia in it, but it doesn't affect me in any way. It's just my once-a-week little thing that I have after my walk. But generally, I don't put any sweet. But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in putting sweeteners. Just for me, if I kept having it every day, it would probably trigger something in me. Now, if I make a keto dessert of any kind, I totally omit any kind of sweetener that needs to be in it. It doesn't taste as good probably, but I don't care.
You know, I think that's smart. Have you heard the quote, 1 is too many, 100 never enough?
No, but it sounds good. I like that.
Yeah, and it for me, it holds true. Like if I start eating treats, like my husband's birthday was this weekend, and we had 2 like little different parties, and there was apple pie and there was like a German chocolate type cake. Mm-hmm. I did not have a little bit, not even any, because I know what happens. You know, I just want more and more, and next thing you know, I'm digging in.
Exactly. I feel that my food addiction is, I compare myself to a recovering alcoholic. You cannot, a recovering alcoholic cannot have a sip of anything that's going to trigger them. So I can't have a little bit of sugar because that would literally put me over the edge, me personally. Mm-hmm. Okay. I never use any celebration. I never use an excuse for any celebration. My birthday, I'm 61 now, but for my 50th, okay, I had a big party. And yeah, there was a birthday cake. Everyone ate except for me. And people would say, oh, it's your birthday. You can have a little bit. No, I cannot have a little bit. That's not me. So I never use excuses. I never, vacations. I don't go looking for the food. I go to enjoy a vacation. Okay. I've been on cruises. I've been on cruises since my surgery. And since keto, I was just on a cruise in August. And I literally stuck to everything. You know what I do? I take my own almond flour muffins so I can have them for breakfast with an egg. That was my cruise. Okay. If I know I'm going out for breakfast anytime, I take almond flour bread that I make once a week. I always make sure I have something with me so I can enjoy my breakfast too. Or I can, I mean, I'm probably anal. I go out to eat. If I know I'm going out and I'm going to have a salad, I take my own olive oil dressing with me because I don't trust what they have in the restaurant.
Yeah. Most of the time it's like not even real olive oil.
No, it's mixed with canola oil. Okay. And so I think the finer restaurants you're safe at, but I'll still take it with me. And the funny part is I take it in one of those, those little mini Tupperware containers. Yeah. Like the very small ones. It literally looks like a urine sample when I take it out of my purse. Okay. But it's olive oil. So I take that with me. But yeah, I don't tolerate excuses either from many people. Like they say, the word can't is not in my vocabulary, Good. I mean, you can do anything you want when you put your mind to it, right?
Yeah, true.
If you physically have, you can't do something like run because you've had a knee replacement, which is actually what I had 2 years ago, but I'm still running a little. That's a different thing if it's a physical ailment. But, to say I can't do this because I can't give up bread. I hear so many people saying, I cannot give up bread. Yeah, you can. You totally can if you want it bad enough, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like I always say, you can have results or you can have excuses.
Exactly. And there's too many excuses. And I don't want to sound callous here, but I just don't have the patience for it anymore,
Yeah. And, you can say instead of saying I can't give up breads, you could say something like I don't want to. And then that's your choice, right?
Right. Exactly. And that's what most people do. But, again, it's not my business. It's not my problem. I don't want to judge anybody. It's just I know what I do is right for myself. Mm-hmm. And I feel good. It's a one day at a time. I don't forget where I came from. I do not forget 240 pounds ago. And I think that's what really keeps me going every day.
Yeah. Just holding on to that memory. Yep. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. I still, sometimes I refer to myself as a fat person in a skinny body. I know I'm not fat anymore, but that's, again, it keeps me going. It's like a mental kind of affirmation sometimes.
Yeah, I like that. That's an interesting thing just to keep you focused. But here's a question for you. So when you got started on this, were you able to visualize your future self? Or were you able to see what you wanted to become?
After surgery or after keto?
After the surgery, when you started your journey?
Yes, I just visualized myself as, first of all, it really was about the weight loss, obviously. I mean, we all, want to lose the weight. But then after a while, I saw myself as becoming more confident. I was able to do more things that I could never do before, and just be confident and stand up to people that sadly, I had to detach myself from my mom and my brother a few years ago because they were both emotionally abusive to me. And just emotionally, but that was bad enough, of course. And I could never stand up to them before. Even after my surgery, I still let them get to me. But I'd had it 4 years ago, and that was it, So that was one of the things that I was able to do, was to stand up to people that serve no purpose in my life anymore.
Yeah, and that's important. You've got to take care of yourself. That's part of self-care,
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I do. That's what I do every day without being selfish. I still take care of my family, but you know the old saying, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, that's absolutely true. It's like you put your oxygen mask on first, like the flight attendant tells you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, God forbid that ever happens. But yeah, I think I'd pass out. But yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah,
that would freak me out. I have a friend that works at American Airlines, and it's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, I know. Every time they tell you to put that mask, they give you the drill and everything. I try not to even listen anymore because I know I would just panic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Not good.
So for exercise, all you did was walk?
Yeah, I started walking from probably about a week out after surgery. I mean, it was a major surgery. I mean, your stomach feels like a truck's hit it. But I started walking slowly, and then walking became my thing. I did join gyms. I've been to many gyms over the years. Honestly, I know you love them. I don't like them. I'm not good at committing to going to a gym, but I am good at committing to exercising, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm still a walker to this day. 3.5 years ago, I started running a little bit, and I did 3 half marathons and some 10s and 5Ks, which I loved. But walking is really my thing. I do yoga and I do barre class. You know what barre is?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I love too. I'm very, how can I say, I forget to use weights. I have weights. I have a whole little gym set up in my basement with weights, and I've yet to go down and do them.
Yeah,
so,
I'm a big advocate about strength
I know.
training, but yoga I love too. But yeah, just to, I just love weights. I've noticed just with my own body, when I started doing more weights and less cardio, I started seeing a big difference.
Yeah, you said in your podcast too.
So here's what I want to ask you. I have some more questions, because what I have found, and you sound like a different case, but what I've found is a lot of people who have an emotional reason to have gained weight end up gaining it back after the surgery because they never took care of the emotional side that made them gain the weight in the first place.
That's so true. Yeah. And believe me, I've been through so much in the last few years. As I said, I made this break with my mom and my brother. I lost my father almost 5 years ago. My husband, who's fine now, but 5 years ago also had a mild heart attack and had some surgeries and what have you. Not bypass, but just some stents and what have you. But what I'm saying is, I've been through so much. I never ever used food to dull the pain. I feel the pain. I will continue to feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back, because that was my life prior to 2005.
That's interesting. I mean, but what made the shift for you? Like, when did you? When
for surgery?
No. What? Okay, so you gained the weight initially because of all the emotional stuff going on in your family, right?
Yeah, and the pregnancies, of course.
Yeah. But I'm just curious as to, when you gained the weight during pregnancy, Was that because you were using food for emotional reasons?
No, I was just using pregnancy as an excuse to eat what I want. I literally had a field day. I thought, oh, I've got to eat for two, as they say. So and the surprising thing was I never once through the two pregnancies got gestational diabetes.
Oh,
and you
that's
think
good.
I would have done, but yeah. So I had healthy pregnancies, but just gained all the weight. But that wasn't really emotional. That was just literally using, again, excuses to eat what I wanted. And boy, did I do it.
I feel like I did that too. I guess I just got lucky. I think the most I gained with a pregnancy was 42 pounds.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's amazing. No, I think I gained that the first day.
I remember my sister-in-law had a coffee shop, and it was a beautiful shop, and she had amazing desserts. And that's how I told her I was pregnant, is that I could come back and eat her desserts again.
Right, exactly. Any excuse, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. I don't regret it. I don't regret. I don't regret eating through. Well, I kind of regret eating through the pregnancies, but I had, it got me. It got me my children. That's the main thing.
Yeah, well, that's always a blessing. How old are they now?
Exactly. 30. My son's 31. My daughter's 30. My daughter's 27. My son and his wife have a 9-month-old. So it's my first grandson. So I'm a grandma, and it's so much fun. It's the best ever.
That's cool. Are they close by you?
Yeah, 30 minutes, both of them.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah, it is great. It is great. And the one thing my grandson will never have when he comes to grandma's house is junk.
Good.
Because I don't have junk in the house. And luckily his parents are really good about that too. So, he'll be fine. He'll love me for me, not for my food.
Yeah, that's very cool. And then you're not having to break bad habits later,
Exactly. And the other thing I can tell you, I've been pescatarian since 2007.
Oh.
So even though I'm, eating the keto way of life or low carb, whatever, sugar free, I don't know if I'm true keto in the sense of the word because I don't eat meat.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Keto is just high fat, moderate protein, low carb. You don't have to eat meat.
Right. Yeah.
I believe that a person who's vegan can go keto.
Yeah, they can. I know. I've read up on it too. But then they eat a lot of tofu and a lot of soy products. So that kind of isn't for me. I tried some tofu actually not so long ago just to see if I could even tolerate it. And it was awful. And I did eat a lot of tofu before keto, but I can't stand it now. It's hard on the stomach.
Well, and I also think that most of it's all genetically modified, and it's very, estrogenic, and I think there's a lot of problems with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. So I'm not going to chance it again. But no, I'm a creature. Since my surgery, I'm really been a creature of habit. I tend to, and it sounds boring, but I do tend to eat the same foods every day. Not now, mind you, since I've been keto. But prior to keto, I was doing that. And now I just eat the same keto foods every day. But I'm not bored. It's like a safety net for me. And, I just don't get bored with the foods I eat. Oh, I'm very limited. I'm not limited. I'm very, I don't indulge too much in recipes and stuff. I kind of keep it simple,
Mm-hmm, me too.
Yeah,
me too. Even though I do like to make recipes, like in the winter especially. But what I will say is that we don't want to eat the same thing every day because you could risk developing a food sensitivity to that food. And so we do need to vary it as best as possible,
Okay. In what way though? I
don't even know how it happens. I just know it does. Like, for instance, I was doing too much coconut. And so I had a food sensitivity done a couple months ago. And coconut came up. And so, and the lab I work with recommends, rotating your diet and not eating the same foods over and over and over and over.
Okay.
And I've heard that from 2 different labs. So, I'm believing them. And, so that's like the thing. But you can always change that. You can heal your gut and stay away from it for a little while and then reintroduce it.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's just the thing. Like, we just want to be careful of that because that sucks. So like right now, my latest test came back like chocolate, and coconut, and I'm just like, oh gosh.
Right. So you're not going to eat that much now.
Yeah, no, I don't. So now I rotate my fats in my coffee and all that. So a couple more questions. Do you track your macros?
I was in the beginning, but because I am eating the same kind of foods every day, I don't feel I need to anymore because I know what I'm getting, and I'm definitely under 20 grams a day of carbs.
Okay.
For sure. If I don't even think I ever go over. I mean, if anything, I may meet the maximum of 20, but I know it's pretty much under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. And what advice would you give somebody just starting out on keto?
Patience. Be patient. Be prepared to, I guess, give up the foods that are not agreeing with you and that just totally get you into trouble. And literally just be patient with yourself more than anything. And other advice I'd like to give is do not listen to other people who don't understand anything about keto life, because a lot of people are still very against it, especially doctors, some doctors. Mm-hmm. They just think it can harm you. They really do. But I personally, I feel the crappy foods that you eat for keto are totally going to harm you.
Yeah. All the chemicals and,
right.
Yeah,
all the chemicals, the processed stuff and everything. It's the worst. I think it's the worst.
Yeah, I'm with you, girl, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay.
All right. So that's awesome. I'm very, very happy for you. I've seen your before and after picture. I think it's just phenomenal. It's like, whoa, that is a huge difference.
Thank you.
So what other health benefits, Jojo, have you noticed since going keto?
Health benefits. Well, I can't say my cholesterol's gone down because it's kind of gone up since keto with the fats, but I'm not worried about it because it's not about the cholesterol numbers. It's the other numbers that count. And I've had other tests that prove that I'm okay, that I'm doing okay. Health benefits, I just feel, I really feel more energetic. I have to admit, I do feel more energetic. And I wasn't slacking so much before keto, but I totally feel more energetic. And I don't sleep very well. I wish I had more sleep. But even from lack of sleep, I still go about my day without falling asleep at the wheel or on the couch. I'm not at the couch. I'm on the couch now because we're talking, but I'm not generally on the couch every day, But yeah, I just have more energy. I really do feel good. And I feel even more confident than I ever did before, I guess. Because I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah, and I've seen how you look too. Like you look amazing. So thank you. That's really good. Really good.
Yeah, it's a daily what was I gonna say? It's a daily thing. I always live one day at a time, just to get through the day, being the healthiest and the most committed. I stay committed. That's what it is, as a commitment. People tell me I have such willpower, but I prefer the word commitment.
I like that, actually. That's a really good thing because we know that willpower is finite. So one thing I also like to say is that there's a difference between compliance and commitment. Do you know the difference with that?
Tell me.
Okay, well, you're already on the right side of the equation because you're committed. Okay, so that's why I'm even bringing this up. But compliance is when you follow the rules because you think you should. Okay?
Yeah.
Committed is you want to follow the rules because you know how much it's going to help you.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I like that. Okay.
So that might be one of the secrets to your success is that you're just very committed on achieving what you want. Like, I'm very committed to not smoking. Somebody was trying to get me to smoke the other day, and I'm like, no thanks.
Good. No. Have you ever smoked?
I did for a super duper short time.
Right.
When I was young, but that was over 30 years ago.
Yeah, same with me. So I quit the day before my wedding, and that was 32 years ago. So never look back. It's disgusting now. Ugh. horrible.
like I'm like,
it's horrible.
Well, in California, it's like, it's not cigarettes that they smoke mostly, but they're like.
That's a different podcast, right?
Yeah, they're like, that would be funny. Somebody was like, come on, just try it. You'd be funny. I'm like, no, thanks. Like, I'm very committed to never, ever doing that. But, compliance would be for me, like, somebody in this group's like, I'm going to do a 5-day water fast. You want to do it? And at first I'm like, oh, sure. And then I'm like, no, that's not a good thing for me.
No, I couldn't do it either. I'd be in the bathroom all the time anyway if I did that.
What?
Just from all the water.
Oh, you don't have to drink extra water. You just
okay.
You just don't eat and you just drink water. But to me, it's like, it sounds, that would be cool because I'm sure that you would have this like amazingly great health benefit. But I'm just like, that's probably not going to do well with me,
No, it's an individual thing. People want to do it, that's fine, but this is such an individual way of life and way of eating. No person is the same with their foods. You know what I'm saying? It's just so individual. It's not like the stupid Weight Watchers stuff everyone was doing. This, these points and that point and whatever. This is a very individualized way of life, I think. And the one thing about me is once, as I say, I am committed. Once I start something, and a lot of my friends and family will totally agree to this, I go all in. And I sometimes become pretty obsessed with stuff like this. When I started running a few years ago, I became so obsessed with it, I was driving everyone crazy. But that's just me. I have a very, I guess, is it impulsive personality or compulsive? I don't know. I just
me too.
But I don't care. It's just what gets me through. It helps me. Mm-hmm. So I'm very proud of what I've become and how I've become what I've become, if that makes sense.
Say that again.
Okay. I don't know. That probably didn't make sense. I'm very proud of what I've become in how I've become the person I am.
Oh, okay. I think you just left out one extra become.
Okay. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I always like pat myself on the back for being who I am right now today.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really good. It's important. And you know what you're showing is you're proving that you can completely reinvent yourself when you want. When you make that choice, right?
You make that choice. If you want something bad enough, it doesn't have to be diet or whatever. If you want something bad enough in life, you will go for it. You will go for it. And only you can do it. Only you can make that choice. Nobody can make choices for you. You can advise people, but at the end of the day, you can only be responsible for your own actions, right?
Yep, that's right. That's one of my other favorite quotes. Okay, I'm like a quoteaholic. It's I'm trying to remember who said this. I think it's Darren Hardy. He says, you alone are responsible for everything you do, everything you don't do, and every way you respond to what is done to you.
Exactly. We are totally responsible for ourselves.
Yep. Yeah, so that's very true. Awesome. Well, hey, Jojo, it was great having you. Thank you for being an active part of the group at High Energy Girls, and posting and encouraging the other ladies in the Facebook group. It's really awesome. So
thank you so much. This is such an honor for you to ask me to do this. I've never done this before, so I'm just really so happy and excited that you asked me. And I would love to help anyone who needs my help in the group.
Awesome.
It'd be awesome. Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute and so sweet, and I'm so proud of her. You should see her before and after pictures on the show notes page at BeWellBeKeto.com. It is pretty remarkable. And if you'd like to be a guest, please email me at tracy@highenergygirl.com. I'm always looking for wonderful ketoers to come and inspire the listeners with their amazing stories. And if you like the show, please head on over to iTunes, give us a rating and review so more people can find the content and be inspired with these awesome guests. So thanks for listening, and go out and make it a great day.